Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, I do want to say thank you to all of the subscribers that I have and all the new ones coming in and the ones that's not subscribed but still tuned in. Thank you guys. And also for the conversation that we're having in the comments. It really does help with my page and the following and all that stuff and the engagement. So I do appreciate all the love and support that you guys have given me thus far, and it motivates me to post more content. Of course, I try to do my content like obviously back to back because I'm wearing the same shirt, or is it a new day, same outfit? No, I'm just kidding. It's definitely the same day. But yeah, I definitely want to produce more content for you guys. So when I see you guys engaging and telling your friends and subscribing, it really motivates me to like keep going. So I definitely want to say thank you to all you guys. But getting right into the video, we're going to talk about CQ, continued qualification. Continued qualification, which is for flight attendants. I know I be sounding like I don't know what I'm talking about, but when I think of CQ, I think of quality control record label. That's why I'm always like, what is CQ again? Because I be thinking of music. That's the first time I heard of CQ, not CQ for work purposes. But anyways, so CQ. This is not even gonna be a long-winded video, y'all. It's gonna be real quick to the point because, listen, CQ is not whatever your mind is trying to make it to be. Like, I know y'all have anxiety about CQ, so I'm not even gonna sit here and try to like be like, it's easy peasy. Because some people were telling me that, and I was just like, if it's so easy, then why do people fail? Make that make sense. Why do people have to retake it and have to come back and all that stuff if it's so easy? So something about it is not easy, honey. So that's where my mind goes when, you know, people are saying it's not a big deal, but then there's somewhere in there it has to be a big deal. People aren't passing, you know, or have to redo it per se. Honestly, let me just get into my CQ experience. So, my CQ was the end of February, and January, I remember getting with one of my flight attendant friends who has like a high seniority. He's been in the company for like, maybe like 6 or 7 years. I was asking him about CQ, and he was like, oh girl, it's easy. They're gonna tell you what to do, and then you're gonna do it, and then you know you get I believe 2 chances if you know you don't do it right the first time, but it's easy, you'll be fine. So this is a good friend, so I'm just like, okay, cool, got it. That was the beginning of the January. I just put it to rest. I was like, he said it's easy, so it's easy. So as we're getting closer and closer to the end of February, I'm like, oh, I gotta go to CQ. Let me start asking other people about CQ. Let me get more opinions, because I'm just like, I just need to know what exactly I need to study, what I need to do, because it's CQ, and like, I don't know if this is make or break. I don't have time. Like, as the days were getting closer, my anxiety was getting up, and I'm like, oh my God, CQ, I have to study for something. What if I fail? Like, anxiety was like inching up because of course my first time, and I don't know what to expect. So again, I'm asking other flight attendants who have already done CQ. They're all saying that it's easy, you'll be fine, just study. They do give us paperwork to study, our study material to study. I don't want to say air quotes like it's fake. It's quality notes. They give you material to study on what they're going to be testing you on. So I try not to stress myself out about it, because basically every person was saying, every flight attendant was saying that they've done it before, it was fine. Okay, so not only did I ask other flight attendants about CQ, and everyone was saying it's easy, it's fine, just study the material, Maybe like 2 nights before, I called in-flight support and I was like, hey, I have CQ coming up. Any tips? I was just getting nervous. I was just asking everybody and anybody, like, how is CQ? What do I need to study for? What do I need to do? Because I was just getting super like nervous and having anxiety. So if you're like me, then I feel like this video is very helpful because, girl, like, calm down. Girl, boy, calm down. Relax. Like, relax. Because honestly, realistically, if you made it this far, you have literally practiced the material that you're going to go through in the class. That's number one. Number two, you have all the resources that you need. Number three, if you didn't know what you were doing, they would not have you sitting here playing flight attendant for all the months that you worked up until continued qualification. So obviously you have some sort of understanding of what you're doing and you're doing a good job if you're getting all the way up until this point. So it's just like more of doing your job in front of someone, in front of, you know, instructors, and they're just saying, okay, yeah, check mark, they know what they're doing, let's send her back to work. That's pretty much what it is. So of course I was in Dallas and they booked me a flight to go to Denver because that's where the continued qualification training is at. Let's just say CQ because that's a long title. Anyway, so I get to the hotel the night before. There are like two options for classes. There's a 6 to 3 a.m. class and there's another class. I was the 6 to 3 a.m. class, so I don't even know what time the other one is. I think it's like maybe 4 to, I don't know, 4 to late. Okay, so when I got to the hotel, there were two ladies in the lobby who were also flight attendants, and they were like, hey, do you want to study with us? We're about to study. But of course, I just got off the flight, number one, so I was tired. Number two, I don't do well with study groups because I am the queen of getting off topic. Like, I'm gonna get off topic and I'm gonna switch the subject to good, juicy topics that you won't even notice. Listen, if I got paid to get people off topic, I'd be a millionaire because I'm really good at it and I have a good time getting off topic. So that's why I don't do study groups. So I was like, oh no, girl, I can't work with y'all. I'm just gonna have to do it by myself. But I did chat with them for like a few seconds, you know, maybe like 10, 15 minutes. And it was two older ladies who have been flight attendants for, one was like 3 years and the other lady said 8 years. And I was like, oh, okay, like, how was your experience? And they were both like, oh, I mean, it was fine, but I still get nervous every time. Like, you just don't know what to expect. And yeah, like, they were both saying how they have high anxiety and they're just really nervous and they, you know, just want to pass. And in my mind, this is before I even went into CQ. In my mind, I'm just like, how have you already been through it and you have this much anxiety? That doesn't make sense to me. You've been through it more than once. I just feel like one CQ is not equivalent to training, and everyone has told me that. But what I can say is that even in the example of training, yes, during training, there were times where it felt like 10 out of 10. But now that I'm out of training and I can look back, if I had to do it again with the knowledge and the experience of going to training, I would say it wouldn't go past a 4 out of 10. So I feel like it's insane to say that you've been through something more than once and you're saying you have high anxiety. Like, you think you're gonna like not pass. It doesn't make sense to me because it's like, that's insanity. Doing the same thing and expecting different results. And in this case, it would be doing CQ and passing every year and then expecting to do the same thing in CQ but fail. Like, what? That doesn't make sense to me. So it's like, and I'm telling you guys a story because it's like, you can only listen to so many people. Like, when you get one too many opinions, it's just like, whoa, wow, everyone before I came up to CQ was saying it's easy. Then once I get to CQ, there's people saying that it's hard and they're scared they're gonna fail, and they've done it so many times. I'm like, what? So I went to my room on that note. I was like, I don't need no more opinions about this, okay? Because I don't do well with having a lot of listening to many experiences, because it just raises my anxiety. So to like level out my anxiety, I don't like overwhelm myself with, oh my God, what can it be? And asking everyone about their experiences, because that just doesn't help me. So what I did, I studied the material when I got to my room for like an hour, took a nap. And then I went downstairs to get some coffee because I was like, I'm gonna study for like maybe another 2 hours and then I'm gonna call it a day. I was like, we're not gonna pull an all-nighter because you already know this information. Like, it's not that deep. So when I went down to get coffee, there was a class that was just leaving, coming from CQ. And I was able to like chat with them and ask them how CQ was. And of course, everyone was saying it was easy, it was great. We all did well, we're good, yada, yada, yada. I think they said, actually, I'm lying. They said there were like 2 girls who had to stay back and redo something, but everyone else was fine. Yeah, but I didn't ask too many questions about that because it's out of what, 10, 15 people, only 2 people have to stay back. So I like to think of myself as the majority, so I don't have time to be asking all these questions about what the other 2 people did not do right. I'm gonna just focus on what the people did do right, you know? So they were just telling me, you know, don't stress, you'll be fine, just look over the material. So I definitely would recommend that if you can catch somebody from the last class to help reassure you. If this video doesn't already reassure you, definitely speak to someone that, if you can run into someone who just did the class or something like that, you know, they can give you a little more insight if you have any questions to ask, but I think you'll be fine with the information that you are given, which is the study guide that they provide all of us with. Now, when it comes to studying for CQ, I do think that's important. 1, not to pull an all-nighter. It's not that deep, okay? I didn't even do that when it was my first time. I did not pull an all-nighter because I was like, I'm not doing that. Number 2, I think it's very important that you understand and know your learning style. I don't work well with study groups and I'm a visual learner. And we do have videos online that show us how to do certain things like open the doors and put out a fire and things like that. So if you're a visual person, those videos will be very helpful. So know your learning style. I believe there's like audio, visual, and kinesthetic, which is like actually physically doing it. Like, yeah. So if you know your type of learning style, you're already one step ahead of the game. Use that to your advantage and use that in your forms of studying to study for CQ. What else? Don't stress yourself out. Be well rested. When I actually went into training, or into CQ rather, we were done at like 11. We got through really fast because everyone was like getting their stuff done, accomplishing things very fast. Now, we did have to open up the doors of like all the aircrafts in like regular mode and like some were emergency mode. But what I will say with that is I did have to redo one of them. I think every person in my group honestly had to redo it, which is like, there's a difference between an instant redo and then the one where they make you go home and study and come back and redo. And that's what, when I was talking about earlier, there were 2 girls who had to actually like study and then come back. So I believe everyone in my group had to instantly redo something. For me, I had to redo I believe it was the 200 doors. I believe I had to redo the 200 doors. One of them in emergency mode because I needed to push the door open, and I don't know. When I opened the door, it didn't just automatically push back. And I was like, I don't know if I can touch it because I haven't had to touch that door. I haven't had to work with that door since training, which is over a year ago. So I was like, I don't even know what to do next. So then she was like, the instructor was like, okay, you're gonna have to redo that again because you didn't like properly open the door all the way. And I was like, okay, can I push it? And she was like, yeah. So they're not like, it's definitely not like training where they're just sitting there like, you need to do it right. They're not helping you. Like, it's not like that. It's way more relaxed than training, like way more relaxed. Yeah. So we had our procedures, we had our like scenarios that we had to do as partners. And then, after that we had lunch, and then we looked over like 2 different PowerPoints, then we were done. So it was a quick, nice, easy day. Like now looking back, I'm like, whoa, that was too easy. Like honestly, after I finished every task in CQ, I was like, okay, that was the easy part. What's the hard part? The hard part must be coming up next. Like it must be coming, like I would be relieved and then be like, okay, it must be something hard coming up. Starting to get tense again. You know, just getting nervous because I'm like, I don't want to fail anything. But I didn't fail anything and it was fine. And like nothing was super hard. I think we're all gonna have a little bit of anxiety because you have to demonstrate something in front of somebody and they're watching you very carefully, but at the same time, like you have the opportunity to do it again. And if you don't do well in that scenario, you have another opportunity to do it once more. So yeah, it was definitely an easy experience. Now I can say it was easy. Now I'm gonna be one of those flight attendants that's like, CQ is easy, girl. Like, don't stress, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Those 2 flight attendants that we're talking about, they done it over and over and they're still nervous. No. Don't bring that bad energy, anxiety-ridden energy over here. Like, no, I'm here to tell you that I can get high anxiety from listening to people like that. No. Relax. You'll be fine. Take your time. Look over the videos, look over the content, and then just go in and you're gonna kill it. And you're gonna move on with your life. Like, honestly, the intense part was training, and training is done for you. If you are a flight attendant who is about to have CQ, like that was the hard part, essentially the hard part, you know? I hope this video helps you guys and you have a little more reassurance that everything's gonna be okay. Of course, you're gonna have to go through it just so you can say, okay, yeah, this is easy. She was right. So definitely in the comments, let me know if you did CQ and how was it? And put in the comments if you did CQ and everything went well, because I think it would be very helpful for new flight attendants to see all the comments of people who went through CQ and also said it was easy. That would provide more assurance. So let's help each other out. Let's calm each other down bring our anxiety down, and let's get through CQ and keep it pushing so we can go and enjoy our benefits and enjoy the travel and things like that. Hope you guys enjoyed this content, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, and also if you guys have any content that you would like me to talk about, definitely put it in the comments down below. If you made it this far, put a white heart. That'd be awesome. That's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.